Am I the asshole for not canceling our long-planned trip because my mother-in-law scheduled surgery at the same time? My husband and I have a big trip planned for 5 weeks from now. It's a once-in-a-lifetime type of vacation, 15 days on the other side of the world, over 27 hours of flights each way. We've been planning and saving for it for over 6 months. Both of us work very stressful jobs and very rarely get the chance to take any time off like this. Never did on the last 12 years. My mother-in-law, 70, has several health problems. She recently scheduled a complicated surgery for exactly the same time we'll be away. She knew we were away. We were not consulted about the timing. There's almost no other family around, and the few relatives who live about 40 minutes away either don't drive, have jobs, or simply won't help her during recovery. We don't have the option to reschedule our trip without losing a significant amount of money, and honestly, we suspect she chose these dates partly for attention or to create conflict. There were other possible dates. Now there's pressure on us to cancel and be there for her, but we feel that after all the time, money, and energy we put into this trip, and how rarely we get breaks, it's unfair to expect us to change our plans. Am I the asshole for deciding to still go on our trip? Not the asshole, it almost sounds deliberate. You scheduled surgery for when we are away. If you are going to need our help, then you will need to reschedule. Or make other arrangements. AITA, she can go to a rehab facility or have home health visits. I'd pretend she deliberately scheduled when you weren't going to be there to save you from the headache of her care and the worry, and isn't that so sweet, just like her to do? I get the family pressure, but no. You're not wrong for going. You planned ahead, gave notice, and she chose those dates anyway. That's not your emergency to fix. You're gone for 15 days. She has 350 other days of the year to choose. This was clearly intentional and you'd be nuts to cancel. AITA, at her age and her need likely for constant care, she's probably best suited for short-stay rehab in a nursing care home so she can get the appropriate care she needs. Not the asshole, she knew when you were going away, she chose to schedule, so she deals with the fallout. Go and enjoy your trip. Am I the asshole for taking back my shoes from my sister-in-law? I received a pair of expensive shoes as a birthday gift from my partner. He bought the same pair for himself, so he could match. I didn't wear mine often because I wanted to keep them clean, and my partner couldn't wear his for a while due to an injury. I moved in with my partner and his family. Some of our things got rearranged because his family cleaned and reorganized, or just moved things around. I remember seeing my shoes in a different container from where my partner's other shoes were stored. Not long ago, I went into the laundry and found my shoes in a box mixed with other family shoes. I recognized them, so I took them out and put them with our stuff. Then, in the family group chat, someone posted a video of my sister-in-law wearing my exact shoes. I mentioned it to my partner, but I didn't talk to her directly because I felt nervous about confronting her. I also believed she never owned that pair herself, plus my shoes had some scuffs and were a little dirty from when I'd worn them before. I feel like if she had bought a brand new pair, they wouldn't look worn like that or look like my partner's pair. The other day, I saw the shoes left by the back door. I was on the phone with my partner, and he told me to grab them and put them in our room, so I did. Later, my sister-in-law came home and started frantically asking who took her work shoes. I asked another family member the other day as well if they had seen my shoes or her wearing them, and they said they had only seen them where I originally found them. My partner also told them that those shoes were a gift to me and that his sister had taken them. Now I feel kind of guilty and just stressed because my sister-in-law seems convinced they're hers. But they were a gift from my partner, I know they're mine, and we were planning to start wearing them again now that his foot is healed. This isn't the first time some of my things have mysteriously gone missing in this house and me having to ask for them back or my partner saying they're mine, which makes it extra frustrating. So, am I the asshole for taking my shoes back and not just letting her keep them? Not the asshole for taking your shoes back, but your partner really needs to make it clear to his sister that he bought those shoes and gave them to you. This should be done before the two of you go twinsies with your footwear. As juvenile as it sounds, you might want to start marking your belongings. Why would you think you're the asshole for taking something stolen from you back? Not the asshole. A direct "did you take my boots that match partners, they gone missing from our things?" Once she admits she's been wearing them for work, she needs to replace them and then you add name tape labels to the insoles. Quietly taking back your stolen property is weak, and it won't be the last time. Instead, have her replace the boots that will now have broken in for her feet and ankles. Your things are not a free-for-all especially not expensive footwear. Not the asshole. Label your shoes on the inside with permanent ink. Label everything you own indelibly. For small valuables, get a lockbox. You live with a thief, hopefully not for long. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. The shoes are yours. However, since she seems to have worn them significantly more than you at this point, They may be molded more to her foot than yours. If so, you need to ask her to reimburse you so a new pair can be purchased. Not the asshole. How can she think the shoes are hers when she never bought them? Would I be the asshole if I removed a friend and his girlfriend from dining reservations at Disneyland? I have a friend who keeps dodging my text messages when I try to confirm plans with them, but then they happily message the group chat we're all in. Or if I call they say they will call me back but never do. They are literally ignoring me when I'm just trying to make sure they will be there for our reservations we're making. At this point, I'm getting frustrated and ready to just take them out of the reservation for the restaurants we're going to because of the cancellation fees. If they don't make it, I get charged $10 per person, and the restaurant's policy states everyone must be there or we won't get seated. So I could be charged upwards of $60 because they decided not to communicate like an adult. I don't really want to take that risk on someone who is a grown adult and can't communicate, so am I being an asshole? I know it's just money, but I think what's bugging me is the lack of communication and ignoring me. This person is a good friend when we do hang out in person, but I can't seem to really rely on them because they can't even communicate. Yet they can happily do so with others? I have tried to be patient and give them weeks to get back to me, but no luck. So should I just take them off the reservations because I'm not sure they're even going to make it? Update: after listening to everyone's comments, I decided to send one last text message. I gave them a deadline to respond to, and if they don't, then they are off the reservation and will have to find their own dining. I will keep you posted. Update again: they read my message, ignored it. Then I called them the following morning because I really wanted to give them grace. They said 1 min in a text message as they forwarded my call, claiming oops it was on caps lock, and proceeded to tell me they read my message and that they apparently now have a court date they had to move around. I was just about done at this point and told them I took them off. Woman shrugging: I don't feel like waiting around on them and contacting them anymore just to see if they can make it because of a court date. I told them I don't want the drama and want to enjoy my trip. By taking them off the reservation we can just go about our day and not stress about this anymore. At this point now they can either show up or not show up to Disneyland and I don't have to give a damn. Yet this did open my eyes and I will never make plans with them again. Text one more time. Say if I don't get confirmation by X time tonight, I will be removing you from the reservation. Send it in group chat too. Might as well confirm everyone. You won't be shining a spotlight on them. And if you do cancel and they try to start drama, you can say, well, you saw I asked everyone first. Include the reasoning that the entire group won't be seated if there is a no-show, and the no-show will be expected to pay the fee to those who did. Not the asshole. Just send them a text telling them that, since you have not heard from them, you are taking them off of the reservation. I know it's just money. It's your money that could be spent elsewhere on something you want or need. Plus, $60 is a lot of money. This person is a good friend when we do hang out in person. You mean they put up a good act? These people are not your friends or they would value your time. You need to text him, if I don't hear from you by 12 noon tomorrow I'm canceling your reservation. I refuse to get stuck with the no-show fee and possibly not getting seated. You are being somewhat passive about this, at least that is my impression. Maybe this is just a reoccurring thing. You ought to tell him, hey, I am going to take you off this reservation if I do not get a response because it is going to cost me money and potentially lead to none of us being seated if you don't show. I need your response ASAP. Be transparent and blunt and he'll reciprocate. Doesn't matter how you come off, you're the one putting in the effort for the plans, and if he can't get over it, then what kind of friend is he? If you were to take them off the reservation simply out of frustration and without telling them that you were going to do so, I think that'd be petty. Send a text to both the group chat and personally and set a date that you need to know by. Tell them Disney needs a final headcount by whatever date, and if it's not confirmed by then, you're canceling the reservations for anyone who didn't respond to the confirmation. Not the asshole. You're being disrespected. They're not your friend. Ditch them. Am I the asshole? I don't remember the years of my son's births. I have 3 sons, all employed, successful. I am 72 years old. I had a very busy career as a doctor, then retired and now write novels. Every year I send each boy and their partners birthday presents. Today my youngest asked me how old he is. Could I remember? No. I guessed he was born in 1987. Turns out he was born in 1983. Now he is annoyed. It all seems so long ago, yet so near the years pass I don't count them. If his mother remembers and you do not, or if you were extremely precise in your novels and were extremely precise in your job, then you are the asshole. However, this isn't about remembering the date, how old he is. Your kids won't ask you this type of thing if they're feeling loved and valued. It's symbolic of how much attention you paid to him. Now's the time to fix what's broken. Info. Did you forget as you got older? Or would you have been able to answer this question when you were 40? Because this is kind of giving clueless dad who did none of the emotional labor. Info. Why did he ask you that? This sounds like you were never around for your kids and you not knowing their ages is just another thing you don't know about them that you should. Not being able to remember without thinking about it is one thing, but not knowing his birth year and being off by 4 years is pretty bad. Busy, very busy doctor, huh? How present were you in your son's lives growing up? Did you spend time with them or were you too busy? Did you just give them presents on birthdays or did you attend their birthday parties? Were you there at their baseball games, plays, etc., or was that the responsibility of their mother? You seem like an absent father if you don't even know what years your sons were born or you have dementia. I am guessing that is not the only thing you don't know about your sons. You are the asshole. Info. Did something prompt your youngest to quiz you on this? Have you been forgetting other things? How is your relationship with them outside the birthday presents? Do you speak often? You are the asshole. I have always been the wage earner in the family, as well as coordinating the home front, managing, supporting my parents increasingly. Was a single parent for a while. Had 4 kids. Each of their birth years is burned on my mind. Some parents can forget the important personal stuff because someone else is doing the hard work. Your ego is very prominent in this post.